My name is Martina Stevenson. A lot of you know who I am. I've been a member of St. John's for over 30 years. And the reason for this video is to go over the standard operating procedures that we will have to follow now since our kitchen is going to be remodeled. So I have a binder right here that has all the standard operating procedures. They're very detailed. There's a lot of information in here. And what I'm going to do right now is just summarize a lot of the key points. And you can get a copy of the key points. They'll be on the bulletin board, and there are extras that are in the binder. So this is what I want to go over. The first one, we'll just get right to it. The first one is no bare hands touching ready-to-eat food. You wash your hands and put on gloves. And you change gloves as needed. Now with every one of these points, there's more information in the binder. If you need more information, you can call me or you can look at this yourself, which I hope you do because there's more detailed information. Number 2, clean and sanitize the work surfaces before setting up trays of food. Use the sanitizing wipes right now that we have. So what you would do when you bring your items in and they're in bags in your purse, you're loaded down, you put it on the counter, you start sorting it out. Well, before you actually get trays out, you're going to take a wipe and you're going to do the whole table surface. Number 3, put tongs out for each plate of treats on the serving table. We're loaded with tongs. We've got enough to go around for any of the things that we put out there. Number 4, all flatware should be pointing down, handles showing. Now we've had occasions where the opposite was true. We had the spoon up and the forks up. They should all be pointed down and the handles up. Number 5, leftovers should be covered, bagged, or bagged with a label, the name of the food and the date. Ready-to-eat food can be stored for 7 days in our refrigerator, which is at the correct temperature for cold holding food. And you check and see what's in the refrigerator already so that you can serve that first because it was already bagged and covered from 7 days ago, most likely. So after that, it probably will need to be tossed. So check the refrigerator to see what's there first before you put out what you brought. Number 6, the hot holding food needs to be at 135 degrees or higher. Now reheating our soups, this kind of came to mind and this was brought out in all the paperwork that I went through. Reheating a soup has to go to 165 degrees. For 15 seconds. Well, that means that you have to use a thermometer. Well, we will have thermometers so that we can do this. The cold holding foods at 41 degrees or colder, and again, our refrigerator is correct, so that's not a problem. Frozen foods should be thawed in the refrigerator, not on the counter at room temperature. There are some other acceptable ways to thaw food, and that's in the binder, so you can take a look at that. Number 9, ware washing in the 3-compartment sink, which we are going to have. All items are to air dry. We are not supposed to use a towel to wipe them. And 10, store all your personal belongings by the phone or on the rack that's there currently, but there's going to be a closet in that area and all your stuff can go in there. So if you have some time, I hope that you can go through this manual, just even very briefly, but go through it. There's cross-contamination in there. There's information about allergens, what you should wear, and we had a question about hair nets. A hair net is going to be required. If you're in the kitchen, if you're cleaning, if you're putting out cookies, you're supposed to have a covering on your head. A cap, a hat, clean of course, or a hairnet. So your hair needs to be restrained. If you've got long hair, it should be pulled back. Those are little details. That's right. So if there are questions, please contact me. My phone number is inside the cover of this binder, so is my email, and I'm on the directory, so you can reach me then. If you need to, you can check with Father Kelly, check with Morley, and you can get my email and my phone number from them as well.
Most importantly, we want to stress that the reason we're doing this is for our safety.
Yes.
We do not want to have anybody get a foodborne allergy, even though it's been required in order for us to get the permits for the new kitchen renovation.
Yes.
These are certainly positive things that we need to put into effect to protect ourselves from any sort of foodborne illness.
And this was brought up at the meeting as well. Why are we doing it now when 158 years have gone by and no one has succumbed to being in the hospital with any kind of an issue? But the health department now requires us to do this.
Thank you, Martina, for going through the training. And of course, that means people having to be a bit more aware of what they're doing for the first couple of weeks. But I promise within a short period of time, it'll become second nature to just come on in, wash your hands right away, put on your gloves, make sure your head's covered, and then get to the good work of volunteering to serve others.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's going to be accepted.
Absolutely.